You do have to have that type of confidence to run your business.
Hi everybody, welcome to RelyLocal. Today we are working to be an advocate for local businesses with RelyLocal. And we're very happy to have Becca Lee join us as our co-host and helper for communicating the great things that RelyLocal is trying to help with. And today as our special guest, Genie Webb with WWBIC, coming in here to communicate with us about the great things WWBIC has going on and how they're helping small businesses in our community. Jeannie, thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate that. Many people might know of WWBIC, but they probably don't know of WWBIC. Give us a little history of WWBIC and where it came from and the basis and kind of the formula of its program.
Absolutely. So again, thank you all for having us here. Very excited, excuse me, to share all of the great things that WWBIC has going on. But yes, first and foremost, I believe we are in our 35th year with WWBIC. So WWBIC has been around for about 35 years and has been led for the last 31 possibly by our president, Wendy Bauman. We are a statewide nonprofit organization that supports people in entrepreneurship and small business. So whether that is them just starting off, thinking about starting a business, or them growing and expanding their businesses as well. We are, like I said, statewide. We have offices Racine, Kenosha, Madison, Appleton, our main office being in Milwaukee, and we are now expanding into Southwest Wisconsin and as well as Beloit area, but I already covered kind of with Madison as well. But now our Southeast region has taken over that area as well. So we're statewide, and we're excited about just sharing all of our resources with all of the businesses in the area.
Wonderful, wonderful. I hear so many things about what WWBIC is trying to do in the communities that I see them in and people talking about what they have going on. Obviously, it has been an interesting time that we've had been going on for the last year or so with the pandemic and COVID and all these great unfortunate things. What would you say has been biggest struggle that you've seen with the local or small businesses or businesses in general? What would you say that has been?
I think it has been, I guess, transitioning into the virtual world. We have small businesses who we all know, those smaller mom and pop stores who have been around for years and have been very successful, but now times have changed.
Right, very much.
And,
very much.
You know, things have kind of shut down on us as far as that face-to-face and one-on-one interaction. And it's been transitioning into the virtual world, social media, e-commerce, all of that. And it's not necessarily a convincing, but it's a kind of a convincing of those businesses as to why they have to transition if they want to continue to be successful. So it's just getting that information out there and also making it simple for them to be able to apply to their business.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of the older businesses are we've never done it like that before type of businesses mindset has been a big problem. The e-commerce world has just exploded. I think a lot of people are finding new ways to sell their products or engage with the communities that they're in. And so it's very interesting to hear that because I think the reluctance in change is a terrible word for some people and then for businesses in general because, again, we haven't done it like that before.
Absolutely.
So it's nice to hear that you guys are working in that world and things are going pretty well that way. Would you say that a lot of the businesses also are struggling with their connections to the communities that they're in? We really talk about that a lot in this podcast, and we want the businesses and groups and organizations to have a better connection with their community. and be memorable. Businesses always need to be memorable,
Yeah.
and if they're not, they're not going to succeed.
Right.
Do you find that has been a big struggle?
I'm not sure about that. I will say those relationships and those connections are very important, again,
Right.
because you don't get those relationships you've had all these years with people coming into your store. You can't hold on to them
Very
right
much,
now.
Very much.
So I agree with you very much how important it is. I don't know necessarily if I would expect our businesses to have struggled in that area
Okay.
and to have had to figure out how to maintain that connection. But that leads back into that e-commerce and virtual world, because if we're not coming into the stores, how are we bringing our customers back? How are we sharing information with them to know that we're even still here?
Right.
So, yeah,
Right.
it is a struggle. And I think
Yes.
it's something even us as the support and then our business owners and our community is all trying to figure out what best.
Well, that kind of leads into my last question before I'll let Becca take it over. Success. A lot of businesses struggle with success, but then having success moves their business in many different directions. Do you have a very cool success story? Do you have anybody within the program that has really moved past expectations or have had great success?
We have lots. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone as long as it relates to the pandemic or having to transition their business. I know a lot of businesses, clients of ours have been very successful in that area because they were already doing it.
There you go. I think that's the big, that's the big thing.
So if you're already doing it, it's going to make it a lot easier right now for you to be able to transition and to grow that population via social media. But we have great, I always off the top of my head think of Elsie Mays out of Kenosha because she has such a great story. If you don't know her, please go. She has the best pies in the area.
I can attest to that.
Right.
She is wonderful. She is doing a wonderful job.
Right. But she started off at the markets and continues to do the markets, but has a brick and mortar and has had several locations that she's grown into and is continuing to grow through all of this and has faced challenging times but continues to grow through it and has a great social media following. So
I'm sure WWBIC is being a big part of that.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for that great information. Becca, do you have a couple things you'd like
I
to
have a
ask?
couple questions. So do you have to be a woman in business, and do you have to already have a business or a business plan started to utilize the resources and education that you guys offer?
So thank you for asking that question. We do get that question a lot. So this is a great opportunity to share all the great things that WWBIC offers to everyone. So for those who don't know, WWBIC stands for Wisconsin Women's Business Initiative Corporation. You can see why we condensed that to WWBIC.
For sure.
But yeah, so we serve everyone. So 30 plus years ago when we first started, we were, like I said before, a women's business center, and I've expanded that into all demographics. So we support men, of course, people of color, low income, veterans. We have great programs for all of those demographics, and we bring them in as best we can with all of our services and programming that we offer. As far as those who are just starting about or thinking about starting a business, absolutely. So we have one-on-one technical support. So if you're just thinking about starting a business, we want to be your first point of contact. Call us so we can help direct you. We are partners of all business resources in the area. And if there's something we can't help you with, we are going to direct you to the person who can or the organization who can. We have our business education classes, and we have a class specifically around that, just thinking about starting a business. So you can come and explore that idea. I have this idea. I'm not sure if I'm ready to be a business owner yet, though. Right. And so we have great facilitators who can kind of help explore that.
Excellent.
Quick follow-up question on that. Do you guys, with everything that's going on, have options of virtual and in-person classes?
Absolutely. So right now, we are all virtual.
Okay.
Because of the pandemic, of course, which was a huge transition for us over the last year. But I think we've got it down, and we're doing great with our classes, and we want to continue to invite people to those virtual classes, which makes it more accessible to everyone, right? But we also have the opportunity to do in-person classes as well, just depending. So we partner a lot with community organizations and small groups to bring classes to them that are not necessarily on schedule. But if you have a group and you have an idea for a class, or you want to bring some entrepreneurship classes to your group, even financial capability we offer, we can bring that to you in person or virtually.
Oh, that's very cool.
Fantastic. No, I think the WWBIC program is really helping. I think a lot of businesses find themselves with tunnel vision many times. Well, they're stuck and they don't understand the opportunities that are around them.
Yeah.
And they try in a path and it just doesn't work very well, and they can't understand why. They're not opening their minds to the opportunity of the education and things that can help them.
Right.
And I see it tons of times with all the businesses I work with through RelyLocal. And you were right. WWBIC should be the first point of contact for people when they're trying to get something going. So it's wonderful.
Hope so.
Would you say that a lot of the businesses too are really moving in directions that are not going to be successful? I guess that leads into this question. Do you find that many of the clients that WWBIC have moved in certain ways, but WWBIC has been able to pull them towards different ways? So the question's kind of vague and kind of open-ended, but I'm just trying to find out some of the things that WWBIC can do for the adjustment with businesses, because you're going to have a lot of businesses that are ongoing or have been going on for a while, but the pandemic does change things. But I mean, in general, even before the pandemic, I think a lot of businesses get in a certain way, and they need a little bump. They need a little help or something like that. Do you find that a lot?
I think that's the great thing, or the very interesting thing about being an entrepreneur, because you have this really creative mind, these really great ideas, but you're also, like you said, have this tunnel vision where you're like, the best way.
At least you think you do.
Right. Which is great, because you do have to have that type of confidence to run your business.
Very much.
Right? Very much. So yes, coming into WWBIC, we want to set you up for success. Okay. And we don't want you to get off on, not necessarily the wrong track, but maybe a detour that will pull you away from your original idea and to make you lose focus. So we are there to kind of explore all options with you. If you come to us and you're looking for a loan for $250,000, we're going to examine that. Do you need a loan for $250,000 if you're just starting a business? Probably not, right? So we're going to try to help you scale that down so you can grow into your business successfully. Even if you're not looking for a loan, we're going to do that because we want, again, to set you up for success in all areas, no matter what your business is or who you are.
I think the sounding board that you guys can offer is huge. Again, I think a lot of people that are starting a business just don't know where or what they should be doing when it comes to their finances or whatever else they need. Educational things, where somebody learned all of these things in the past. And I think WWBIC can help a lot with that. So it's been wonderful hearing your story with this. We really didn't give too much of a background for yourself. How did you get involved with WWBIC?
Sure.
What has been your past with businesses and things like that?
Sure. So I have been with WWBIC. I'm going on my 5th year now as outreach, and I've moved a lot within WWBIC in different positions. But it's been great. I am our outreach for our Southeast region here in Racine, Kenosha, Beloit, and Walworth counties. So I get the great opportunity to go out into the community and meet people, businesses, organizations that we can support. And even those who aren't sure how we can support them, I'm there to help explore how we can bring our services to WWBIC, like I mentioned, or to the community. Like I mentioned before, we also have financial capability classes. So for those who aren't even thinking about starting a business, we have gone into organizations like the Shalom Center, Halo, Veterans Outreach, and brought our financial capability classes to kind of explore budgeting, savings plans, and things like that to support people. But that's kind of what my history is here with WWBIC over the past 4, almost 5 years. And it's been fantastic meeting people like you, Nick,
thank
and
you.
being a part of RelyLocal and the great luncheons that you have. I always talk about those because they're
yes,
fun.
Absolutely. We have a lot of fun. We have
Yes.
a lot of fun. Bringing people together is very fun.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's one of the best things I like about doing outreach. And our office here in the Southeast has grown tremendously. When I first started, I believe we had about 3 people in our office, and we've grown because of the pandemic. We have hired a great deal of people, and we have, I believe it's 2 more additions to our team right now.
That's great.
Yeah, we have had more prior to the pandemic, but we're like at 6 or 7 people in our office, which is like a
fantastic.
full house for us.
I remember the early days. I remember the early days. You guys were just trying to figure your way with
Right.
all the people and trying to find helpful ways to help the businesses.
Right,
So that's been
right.
fantastic.
So we have a great team right now.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear that. Becca, any
Oh yeah,
questions?
I have 2 quick
Okay,
follow-ups
go right ahead,
because
go
of
right
course, as we're talking, I'm thinking. So, as a nonprofit organization, are you able to offer all of the education and resources pretty much for free, or is it just low cost?
Great question. So yes, all of our programs and services are free. There are 2 classes that we do have a fee for because we have to hire certified facilitators for those classes, and that is our business planning class, which is an 8 to 9 week course on completing your business plan. We have great facilitators for those, and you become a part of this community of other people who are also finishing
huge.
their business
I think
plan.
that's a big help.
Sounds like a really great investment.
Absolutely, and there's a pitch at the end of it, so it's great networking, great resource building in that program. And then we have QuickBooks class, which is great for everyone, no matter where you are in starting your business.
For sure.
Right, and that does have a fee as well. But we do offer scholarships and payment plans. We never want our fees to be a reason someone doesn't come to WWBIC. We don't want to set up barriers. Again, we're setting you up for success.
That's wonderful.
That's fantastic.
And then just real quick, do you have any events, classes, any big things coming up that you'd like to share with the rest of the
Absolutely, and I have my
listeners?
note sheet here so I don't forget
Excellent.
anything.
Good for you.
First, I do want to invite everyone who is thinking about starting a business or who is in business to our Initiate portal. So what that is a portal that you come in, you log into, and it has a plethora of resources for those who are in business. On-demand videos, articles, workshops that you can participate in. It's all 100% free. All you have to do is reach out to us and sign up to be a client of ours, and that's it. We also have Strong Women, Strong Coffee, which is a great networking event that we have.
Sounds awesome.
It's fantastic.
Who wouldn't want that?
Right. And prior to the pandemic, they were possibly quarterly. I think we're doing them monthly now. So
Great.
it's just been a great way to continue to bring people into WWBIC to know about who we are and to listen to great speakers locally. So on April 13th, we have Ontavia Jackson. And on May 12th, we have Joan Rory, who will be joining us for Strong Women, Strong Coffee. We also have retail roundtables with Lori Mendelson. Those are happening, I believe, monthly, and you can always reach out to us at WWBIC for information on those. Coming up on April 8th, we have Vicki Seebeck of Seebeck's Gallery and also new WWBIC staff member. So
Great.
she's fantastic. She is joining Open World. I'm going to read this verbatim so I don't miss anything. But this is a Q&A presentation with called Together Talks about owning a retail store. What Open World is they bring young leaders from Russia and other Eurasian countries together
Sure.
to talk about business. And I thought that was really interesting. That will be live on their Facebook page on April 8th at 11 a.m. And I believe that's it. So you can always check us out on our website for classes, upcoming classes. Sorry if I'm making too much noise here.
That's where you're good.
For upcoming classes and information about us, but feel free to reach out whenever.
I was just going to mention that if you could give a little bit of great contact information so people
Absolutely.
can reach to you guys, what would that be?
I would say me directly, you can reach out. My name is Genie.Webb, W-E-B-B, first name Genie, @WWBIC.com. If you can't remember that,
Well, we could probably put a link in the,
Yes.
in the
Okay.
comment section and
Yes.
things like
yes,
that.
but you can also always just go to our website and contact us from there as well. And that's WWBIC.com, WWBIC.com.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for all you're doing for helping all the businesses
No,
get
thank
started
you.
and continue and stay afloat with everything
Yes,
that's been
it's so
going on.
wonderful to hear all the great
Yeah.
things and to see the expansion of WWBIC. It's been exciting to see that. I've been really
Awesome.
enjoying that a lot.
It's
So
been an exciting year.
I thank you a lot for joining us. Thank you,
Yeah.
Jeannie.
Thank you.
And giving us information. Everybody, please reach out to WWBIC if you have a business or if you know of anybody with a business that needs some help or would like to fine-tune what they're doing and better what they're doing. Please reach out to WWBIC. They would be very good start for you. And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having
Yeah,
us.
thanks for coming, Genie.
Thank you for watching Rely on Local today, where we're working to help local as much as we can. All good things local will be presented here through Rely on Local. And thank you, Becca Lee, for joining
Yeah,
us
thanks for
today
having
and
me.
being our
This is fun.
co-host moving forward in the future. Looking forward to the wonderful things and people that we'll be talking to. Again, if you have any questions about Rely on Local, please reach out. As always, please like and share this video. Please subscribe if you have not already. And please tell a friend and share that information with them. Rely on Local is here to help all good things local gain visibility, gain connections, and be better in our communities. Please reach out if you have any questions. I'm Nick with RelyLocal. Thanks for watching.